Namaskar. I'm Kumar Rakesh and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today we have the GGN talk with Vandana Jhingan from Chicago, USA. Just we can say the PIO, we can say the OCI, Overseas Citizen of India. That is a now legal word according to the Indian government of India. So, but she is in media. She is a senior journalist, eminent speaker, writer, and you can say traveler, and above all, the social activist. Always active for the cause of Bharat, living outside Bharat, living in Chicago, USA. I call myself just the Chicago city of Swami Vivekananda, the, the Renaissance and reincarnation of the Hindutva. Whatever today we are talking of the Hindutva, they are the false propagator. They are not basically Hindu. They are in Hindi. There is a very legal word, Varn Sankar. So they don't know about the meaning and the genetic meaning of Hindutva. So, Vandana ji, welcome in our show, GGN Talk. And already you are just our panelist, esteemed panelist, also always active participate for the cause of Bharat. We don't call India, India, there is Bharat, that is also a conspiracy against Bharat, Hindustan, whatever we say, whatever we call. So, how just you see the journey from Bharat to USA? And I think 30 years back, you went to America. Now you are still working and active in social field.
Namaskar and good evening to everybody, and happy Tulsi Jayanti to all of you as we are celebrating. And indeed, an honor and pleasure to talk to all the viewers. And Kumar Rakeshji, thank you for talking about my journey, which started almost 3 decades ago. I have lived both the countries beautifully. Bharat being my Janambhumi and America being my Karmbhumi, so I owe to both. And
Nice name, Karan Bhubi and Jan Bhumi. So
yeah.
nice.
So I try to live, and they always say there are rin, and my rin to my Janambhumi, what all I could do, I'm still doing it, and I'll do till my last breath. And I am obligated to the nation where I'm living right now, that is called the first world United States of America, and the land of free and the home of brave, proud resident, proud citizen of Hindu American. And it is beautiful what we have been doing as an Hindu American in United States of America. We do have a freedom of practicing a religion, and that is for us to know. But when we see things happening, it pains us much more. I just want to share with the viewers that we celebrated for the first time in a very short span of time Hindu Heritage Month, that is being the first Hindu Heritage Month in the United States of America and Canada. So we want to celebrate with big fervor, where we asked only 22 states to give us proclamations, and I have got it for more than 25 states, the
Oh
proclamation.
my God.
Yeah, US has only 50 states, and we have more than 85 cities, those who have given the proclamation acknowledging October as a Hindu Heritage Month. Why we picked up October? Because most of the Hindu festivals comes during that very time. And then we had the first day of the Navratri, that was October 7th, as the World Bindi Day, Tilak Divas. So
Yeah.
that was
You always
also
wear tilak.
I've been
Yeah.
wearing it always.
Yeah.
Always wearing tilak.
Yeah.
But that was to let the people know why do we wear, what is the significance for it, and they were all happy about it. Like because bindis are meri bindi, mera swabhiman.
Yeah.
Meri bindi, meri
My
sanskriti.
my
That's what
pride.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So
bindi,
that's what.
my pride, my
Uh,
bindi, my culture. Yeah.
yeah. So means, and I'm honored. I'm indeed honored. I'm
So I
so
think this is the
blessed.
first time. This is the first time in the history of USA. I realize that for the Bharat, some Hindu Heritage Month has been organized.
Yes, absolutely. This was the first time. This
First
was the
time.
first time. But due to the pandemic, we had a lot of restrictions. So
Yeah.
we means like we had to do most of the things via Zoom. We had so many partner organizations, but it was just an initial call. To be very honest, how humble we are where you
Yeah.
see the big billboards where we are respecting, and we means this is not for me, this is for our future generations, and this is for the
Yeah.
nation that we are living. Because how much we being Hindus been contributing to this US economy. Because if you just see all the major corporations, their CEOs and all, they have means everybody, those who have studied in India, because we are not terrorists, we are contributors, we are participating in the
Yeah.
development of that nation. Every sixth doctor is of an Indian origin. Means like how means and engineers, if you talk about today, me and you are talking on this platform, the StreamYard. So how many engineers are behind that, those who are working on it? We are
Yeah.
into nursing profession, we are into PT, that physical therapist, and all small businesses. So everywhere. And then now it's a new trend, because a lot of people, the kids, that the parents earlier, they used to have their sons as doctors and engineers, but now they are going to run for an office, elected officials.
So just
So
as you analyze, as you see, just from the sitting in USA, or just you see how the Bharat is growing, changing, modernizing a lot. So do you
absolutely.
think how it happened? Last 30 years, just you analyze, or how you analyze this the changing and the new trends of the development in
See,
Bharat?
I would like to, because I visit Bharat almost 2 to 3 times in a year. But from 2019, due to the pandemic, my last visit was, I came back here in December 2019. I was supposed to be there in March 2020, but everybody knows what all
Yeah,
has happened,
yeah,
and we are still not over with that. I was planning, the minute you think of, then there was a Delta variant, now it's Omicron coming. So
yeah,
means like, and
yeah,
safety is, and it is not that I am scared of it, I'm being very honest. I just want the resources to be given to the people, those who really need it. I am just coming for pleasure, like for means like,
yeah.
tourism. So if something goes wrong with me, somebody may be much more in need to have that kind of treatment than me. So all the resources will be put on me. So I just want to take the responsibility of not abusing the system. That's why I'm avoiding my trips. Like, and I urge, unless or until it is necessary, one should avoid the travels. So not to put burden on the agencies, like, the administrations, whichever nation, city, or the municipality they are from. So Bharat, the development, I am very much noticing it, because every time, even if I'm going after 6 months, I do see the better roads, I do see the better bridges. And sometimes we have a house in Mayur Vihar phase 2. So earlier we used to take that Akshardham wala, the Nizamuddin bridge, and there used to be a cut. We used to go right straight away. But now I think you have to go all the way straight. Then there is a loop which comes. So I mean, which is very convenient, because no red light now. You can take the exit and come, like the way the roads are in US, and I'm very happy about that. And when you're traveling in interstate, like you're going to Jaipur and all, so the toll roads, my favorite road in Bharat is from Delhi to Agra, which is the
Yeah, Jamuna
express.
Expressway.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
earlier. It was very controversial, made during the time of the Mayavati, but now it is already adopted, and there's nice road, and so many things has to be done. But the nice road, just in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, you can reach Agra instead of 4 hours.
My
So
first
that,
experience on that
yeah,
was, I was sitting in
yeah,
Haldiram, Connaught
yeah,
Place. Somebody asked me, where you want to go. I said,
yeah,
you want to go Pahargan? I said, no, it's very crowded. Karol Bagh, no, I'm not interested. They said, okay, so where you want to go? Lotus Temple? I know. Okay, sit in the car, hop in, we'll take you somewhere. I said, where? This is Vrindavan. This is at 4:10 p.m. 4:10 p.m. And then
yeah.
it was me and my mother. And then we are just on that highway. Can you
One and a
believe
half,
it? And
one and a half hour you can reach.
yeah, so
From
we reached Brindavan, we did the darshan and all and everything, and we were back
back
in
in early.
Mayur Vihar at 9:38 p.m.
Yes, yes, yes. You are right. This is a changing. This
Yeah,
is a change, Bharat. How
yeah.
just transformed the Bharat.
So after
I
that,
think,
I made it
yeah,
a point, every trip of mine, I have to
Yeah.
take a trip on that road, no matter what it may be. And I'm very
Yeah.
fascinated about it. The trains, like, because I'm a daughter of a train man, my father being a station superintendent, New Delhi railway station, I enjoy because trains in America are not very fascinating. Nobody
Not
travels.
very so costly also. I
Even
think
it's
whatever.
not the
Yeah.
cost because
But,
we do
but
keep
because
flying.
we like just when we went there, just travel to Washington to New York. But so that was the bus was
Yeah.
the more cheaper as well as the comfortable.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah,
You're not,
yeah,
but like my first train travel was because I am a daughter, I told you, from the railway guy. So when first time in 91, I wanted to travel from New York to Chicago, I paid $129 at that time, one way ticket, Amtrak.
yeah.
So my brother said, no, fly. I said, no, I want to take train. And I was fascinated. कि यहाँ
Just to see the country
नहीं बट
development.
लेकिन इट वाज वेरी डिसअपॉइंटिंग कोई ट्रेन स्टेशन नहीं है कोई चाय वाला नहीं नथिंग बिकॉज आई वाज थिंकिंग चाय 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 like so you can
Just
very well
chilling. Yeah,
and I
yeah.
cried so much I said like the flight was only $56 and I paid 129.
But now if you now come within 2 years, so many changing and train phenomena also.
Oh yeah,
Just so many express train
I wish
from
that
Delhi
I
to
will.
Banaras.
Yes,
This is Vande Bharat Express, and so many destination is going to connected. So a very good train.
I
In a
may have to
relation, I was
request you. We do
uh,
have still connections. I want to travel the Ramayan train. That's my
Ramayan Express,
Ramayan
very
Express
fascinating. Yeah.
train. Yeah,
And
that is what like.
this time, so many this time of the tourist train going to develop Palace on Wheels. If you go
Yeah,
to the Rajasthan government,
yeah, yeah.
very nice train.
Oh yeah.
All the destination of the Rajasthan, you
Mhm,
can just travel with the
mhm.
train, just
Yeah.
like in the Palace on Wheels.
And
I've been there.
actually travel on road in India is also so fascinating. The
Now thrilling now. Now
because
thrilling and
the
exciting.
clean bathrooms and the dhabas and the paratha.
Thanks to Modi government and thanks to
Absolutely.
especially Nitin Gadkari,
Oh yeah.
Minister of Road
Yeah.
Transport.
Yeah.
So he's just doing the fascinating
Phenomenal.
job. Fantastic.
Phenomenal job. Phenomenal
Yeah.
job.
So
Like
just time a
connecting.
break. After that, I'll check the Indo-US relation and the media role. So just time a break, and after break, I will meet again for the further
Sure.
discussion.
Thank you.
Welcome break after break. And just Vandana, you were talking about the just the transforming change in Bharat and how just you feel it, how just you made it, and how just last 30 years we have been seeing how Bharat is grown fast after 2014. This is also a matter of record. Whatever done past, whatever is going on. Just you see, last 30 years, 91 Congress government was there, 92, 95, 96 to 98, the coalition government, support of the Congress was there. 98 to 2004, Atal Bihari government or their BJP government. After that, we see after 2004 to 14, the Congress government was there. Now 2014 to I think now 24, the 10 years going to be. And if you quote Umar Abdullah, the former chief minister of JK, Jammu Kashmir. Uh, he just earlier he had made a statement. So opposition should think after 2029. He already given the 3 years back the statement, 15 years to the BJP government. But as you analyze, as I analyze, I think it may be after to 34 like that, 2034. It may be if the all thing is in order and the government should not be in the different mode of the pride and different mode of just other way. I'm not going on that. But how the USA, just you have covered the Indo-US relation very much. So how just analyze the bilateral relation between India and USA, Bharat and USA, last 13 years changing, and how just you feel changing after 2014 and now?
Yeah. Namaste again. You asked a very significant question because a person of a diaspora means, like, if the nation that you come from and that nation has been looked up very well. So you feel pride. Your head is boasted up. Earlier we used to be seen, oh, as if there are cows, we are the snake charmers land and stuff like that, we come from there.
All perception change now.
Yeah, yeah. So who's to be blamed for, means I'm going to say who's to be blamed for it? The diaspora has worked big way, and they should get the credit for this, to making the identity. Because when they came into this country, it initially means they had their teething troubles, the first generation, like, then the second generation, because they have contributed a lot. Kumar Rakeshji, and every sixth person, like who's a physician, it's one Indian origin. Engineers, all the multinational companies that we are talking about, all the IT companies, mostly CEOs that you see from Indian origin. So that itself, it is answers how India has been looked up, and they have earned it with their hard work. They have, means when they work here, and everyone whosoever comes, no matter from where you're coming, even if you're in IT and you have to start from scratch, zero, to build it, and you have built for the nation. So means, and earlier, before 2014, when we talking about, like, when it was a nuclear deal thing happening, we do recall how much means lobbying that we, the people of the diaspora, did it for the senators and the congressmen. We told them, we are not using it this for the weapon, this is for India needs it, and like to get the support, so there should not be any sanctions on India. Coming back to, but now when we talking about, earlier prime ministers used to come before, we never even got to know about it, because it was only very few handful ones. There was a state dinner by President Obama to the previous prime minister Manmohan Singh ji, so then few were gone. But now it is very different. You can imagine, even the taxi drivers and all 2014
Everybody
onwards,
knows that Modi is
they
coming. Modi
choose
is in town.
yeah.
Modi is
So
in town.
you can imagine, in the middle of the night, even if his flight is landing, people are there for him to wave, like kids and all. And he has also, means like involved with the people of diaspora. Let
Yeah.
this be the sixth, when he did the 550th birth anniversary of Singh ji. This was for the first time, all the missions, consulates, embassies, they celebrated it. So when he's talking about sabka saath, sabka vikas, and all, so he's living to that. He's not saying it only
Now
for the
Sabka
sake of,
Prayas and
yeah.
ad. Yeah.
So prayas means everybody, because this is, he's asking for it.
It's
Prayas
for
to
the
karna padega.
Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Yeah. So, and we all know that there are a lot of after pandemic, because economies have been suffered so much, and it's still not yet over, because there is a lot of manufacturing which will be coming, means like to India, and so India should be ready for it. And I think Ministry of External Affairs, diplomatic relations, they are doing pretty good, very very good. We recently saw that. And it was a short visit of the prime minister when he came here in September. It was not very big gaga due to the pandemic
The last,
situation.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
due to
yeah,
pandemic, yeah.
yeah. So but there are a lot of remarkable journeys that India and US has to further take and together, because they are working on terrorism activities, to counter terrorism, and for the peace for the world. And then there is another thing which is for the global warming. They are working on that direction also,
Yeah.
together. So India being the largest democracy and US being the oldest democracy, they are the strategic alliance actually. So
So that's going well, and
mhm,
as you presume you analyze it. So just as just the media, I can say you media specialist and media activist, and already you have just last more than 20 years and already in media. And I was just used to call the journalist. Now the perception has been changed, journalist to media. So media includes all entertainment and the online, offline, print, radio, and all. So how just you analyze the media status, media conditions in
yeah.
USA and India and Bharat?
Absolutely. This is a very big comparison. I always say, whatever responsibility and role that you have been given it, you should do it as your dharma. You should use it, not and abuse it. Because even the microphone has such a big power. Either you can use it or abuse it. what is the role, means like when I studied journalism, it was like what I see I must say. But now it is the other way around. They say what I am saying you must see that. It should not be. We have, because we are just seeing it and narrating. But now the social media has come also a big platform where people are seeing, everybody thinks themselves to be that maybe a patrakar who, means like I am also reporter. Every individual who's carrying this gadget in their hand, so they claim themselves to, but what is the authenticity of it? So it is like a lot of fear mongering, lot of spreading of the rumors. So responsibility of the media, they called it the fourth pillar of democracy. So they have to do their dharma right. I mean, like if the nation is doing, they should be able to see through, like, and I feel very sorry. Some reporters sitting in Bharat giving feeds to this all Western media, let this be Washington Post and New York Times, for just their cost is $1,200 is nothing for the people sitting here to give it to them. But for $1,200, somebody sitting in India for one article, and they're all setting up an anti Bharat narrative, which is absolutely wrong. How could that be? You're living in that nation, you are breathing that air, you are drinking that water, you're on that soil, and you have the conscience and you're conscious to, means like abuse the nation that you are, means like because that is not fair. I would not be, because they don't even
Country
fought.
first, nation
Yeah,
first.
absolutely, nation first. Because you cannot be, see, there is a, I just want to tell everybody, America is also not perfect, let me be very honest, like,
But I
so
have seen it. As you see it in a US and other country, nation first. They
right,
take the priority. They give the
yeah,
priority. In nation interest should not be um, uh,
compromised. No
compromised. Yeah,
compromised, yeah.
yeah.
So but
But
that has
in
to be,
Bharat, in different way, they are just taking the liberty to speak anything about the government, about the country.
i'm
You can just
I'm going to
criticize
just
the government.
simply, I'm just going to
Modi said
simply
you can
say,
criticize the government, but not the country.
yeah, I'm going to simply say that, like, when we talk about the very recent example was this the farmers protest, then the Shaheen Bagh. What is the
Yeah,
need of the media to be there camping over there? What is
yeah,
there? Means you don't have any other task, you don't have any, because if there would not have been microphones in front of them, it would have been wiped off very means like, because you are spending, wasting time of taxpayers money over there sitting, means
yeah.
because, and then another thing which is very sad, you are talking about the human rights of the people, those who are sitting there. What about the human rights of Vandana Jhingan who wants to travel, means like,
Yeah.
it is
What
so
is
much
human rights
inconvenient.
just to the counter country?
Mockery. Human
This
rights
is
has been,
mockery of the
it's a
democracy,
mockery. Yeah,
the
yeah,
mockery of the freedom also.
yeah. That is what, like, the Kashmir, they could throw the stones on the uniform officers, where
Yes.
we in America, if somebody is in the uniform, we stand and salute for the services they are doing for the nation. And then no human right guys came and objected to that on the counter when there was no internet for 30 days or so, and they said they have a human rights violation. Shame on them.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
is
right. You're right.
internet, from when on internet became human rights, means
Just one just I think a word, and I think the terminology you are going to use. Then I just usually counter it. Kodi media. What does it mean? Before that, Manmohan Singh government was not the praising himself. No, they are not praising the Sonia government. Not I say the Manmohan government, that is Sonia government. And what was before that, the Narasimha Rao government, that was the Congress government, how the media was behaving, how those person who are just not criticizing the Modi government in any action, good action also. Yesterday, I'm in a conference, one of the professor from JNU, how just he prays with the all data for the good governance. I'm quoting Dr. Anand Raghunathan. He said on dice, earlier he was just anti-Modi. But after analyzing and seeing the work of Modi government and Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi, he has become a fan of Modi. Tremendous changes. Because not a matter of the good governance, matter of the good deliverance, how the delivery is going on, how the Ujjwala Yojana and how the just you see just how the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and how the
and the money in the banks, like you have something like
yeah,
opening the bank accounts, and putting the direct deposit. I don't know, there is one scheme
Yeah.
like, because so coming back to, in a very simple and very simple straight example, I'm just going to give it. This one community, there's a sect like, Sikhism. When we
Yeah.
had the 1984 riots, which was the government ruling? I just
Mhm.
want to have an answer, and I'm just, because I get confused. And when this government came, they tried to punish those people who were responsible, tried
Yeah.
to deliver the justice. Even
Yeah.
then, these people are not able to see them. They are like buying. I mean, that is what where I get confused. Like, you are not, you want to see as per your convenience. It was the creation, the Bindrawala. Who's Bindrawala? The creation of Madam Gandhiji when he came to Delhi, and what
Yeah.
was, why the 1984 happened. And now you're getting a justice. You should acknowledge it, that we are getting it. Earlier, what happened? Let this be HKL Bhagat and all these people, the Titler and others. We have all the names. And then we are seeing disturbances now before the Punjab elections now in India. This is very sad.
Yeah. So just one last question I just want to ask you. How do you analyze the Hindutva and media in recent days in the Bharat and the globally?
I Because see, I always say that we do have a lot of challenges, but we have to draw our line bigger, and that is happening with our task. And October, I did mention it to you earlier also. October 2021, we had the Hindu Heritage Month with very pride that we celebrated it. But when it comes to, I just, because even Bharat being a secular nation, they always call it. So why it is not being seen
Secular.
equally? Yeah,
Secular.
yeah. It,
SICKULAR.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So why it is, means it is secular. It should be SE. If the word is there, SE, that's not living to its meaning. Why they have control of the temples and stuff like that? So why the money that the temples?
You are right. Sorry for intervention. You are right. Secular and the monetary investment should not be go together. Could not be go together. Yeah.
If media wants to take up, media should take up this issue. Media should take up this issue that after 75 years, when we're talking Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, there should not be any reservation. It should be reservation to the people, those who are financially weaker. If media wants to take up, educate, like, you want to talk about. So that is the responsibility, to awaken the people of the nation, to take the youth further to the next level, where there should no be, means I don't want any, means society with the class. There should not be any class, color, religion. I mean, like, let this be classless society, but everybody should be equal. Those who are weak, they should get it. That is a role if the media plays it, but they don't want. They want to see very conveniently.
Okay.
Because I've just seen a very recent example. I mean, like, it was shown on a TV when Kashi thing happened. Somebody comes, oh, I'm crying.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
That should
crying.
not be. That should not highlight
I see.
because that really that was international. Whoever
No,
saw.
it is not his pain. It pained me by seeing it, that the
Yeah. Yeah.
microphone the girl is keeping in front and then showing
Whatever.
and making it
Well,
viral. I mean, like, why?
the differences should be changed and they should be
If
trained properly. They
if
should train
I
properly.
if
Yeah.
I would have been there and he would have said that, I would have counter questioned. Did not you see the pain of the people for hundreds and thousands of years? You didn't see that? It didn't pain to your ancestors that you are talking about? Abhi tumko sirf shakal nahi dikh rahi hai, to tumko pain ho raha hai. So that is what, like, then the reporter failed there, right? चिल्ला के पूछ रहे हैं उसको और आगे instigate कर रहे हो, because you, I mean, this is what I see.
They
Because
actually they don't know actually they don't know actually the meaning and they how they try to depict the truth. That is also a problem.
I should not be giving words to that guy, but I should definitely probe it. That is what I'm saying. If he said that उसको तकलीफ हो रही है, अरे भैया तुम मेरे को ये बताओ, तुम्हारे ancestors को तकलीफ नहीं हुआ था पहले? This
You
should
are
have
right.
been the
You
counter
are, you
question.
are right. You are right. So I think according to you view, the perception of the media, perception of the Indians and the Bharatiya should be changed about the new India, Naya Bharat. how just Bharat is going to be changed in
Take
the
pride in your nation. Nation
take
first.
pride.
That's
We
what.
should take pride as you're sitting and now you're US citizen, but always advocate for the Bharat sitting in USA. So I salute you, you for Bharata and Bharatiya Sanskriti, how just you praise. So nice of you, just you came in the show and discussed the different issue about the media and the role of Bharat and how Bharat was then and now and how just the media is going on and bilateral relation of Indian USA. So nice of Vandana ji, you came in the show. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much.
much.
So obliged. Jai
Thank you.
Hind, Jai Bharat.
Namaskar.